Hey guys, and welcome to episode 65 of How I Made My First $1 Million. Today we are looking at the numbers from February 1st, 2026. Let's dive in. We start as usual with the balance sheet. Assets coming in at $150K. Those are down $3,000 from last month. We'll explore that in just a second. Liabilities $16,800. Those have improved by $200. Net worth $133, down almost $3K. Okay, what happened here? Assets got a little bit more cash. Gold and silver were both up handsomely during the month. Bitcoin crashed massively. And in January, definitely contributed some more on Kiva. So that is my final contribution on Kiva. I am now going to be taking all those funds out of there and doing something else with them. So the assets, liabilities, the only thing we have are the taxes outstanding. Chipping away at those, it'll be years at the current pace. Awesome. The pie chart. Yeah, Bitcoin's still 60%, but that's a lower percentage than what I want. So I'm probably going to be buying a lot more Bitcoin very, very soon. Also, it crashed, so it's on sale. So I'm very excited about that. And after increasing my Bitcoin position by quite a bit, I'm probably going to continue buying silver for the foreseeable future. And like I said, I'll be peeling away the funds out of Kiva and probably parking them in cash so that I'm sitting on like a cash cushion of roughly 10 grand ongoingly. That's kind of what I want to keep it around. And then I can buy dips. So that's the plan there. On the chart, we're down a little bit at 133, so not too stellar, but February is going to be a pretty big month. I'm getting my annual bonus, and so I'm thinking we recover all this and possibly more, depending on how all the assets do. So we should be back on track next month. Okay, income statement. So revenues were up. Why were revenues up? Well, for the new year, I got a little bump, basically an inflation raise from 125K to 132K. So that's the difference here. So that's the new number going forward, except after that, I also negotiated a more substantial raise. So that's going to hit next month in February, and I will explain more when the time comes. So that is exciting. Expenses, what happened here? Nothing too exciting. Spent way less on food and beverage. I have no idea why that was so high. Probably the difference between traveling and being home. And I didn't buy any investments this past month. No investments. So, yes, Bitcoin's on sale, but I want to build up that cash cushion first. And I'm getting a huge cash influx in February. So I will sort out some things then. Cash flows. Yeah, pretty big operating cash flow. Nice cushion there. Like I said, no investing. And financing, it was a big chunk that I lent on Kiva and donated. But that's the final push there. So that will be stopping very soon. Awesome. The updates. Like I said, lent $1,500 on Kiva in January. So that's a total of $25K lifetime. And now I'm done. I got a debt removed from a debt collector on my credit report using the help of ChatGPT. So I basically said, there's a debt on my credit report. I don't know where it came from. It might be a mistake, could be whatever. And ChatGPT said, this is what you do to get rid of it. So I wrote some letters, I waited. And eventually I remembered where the debt was from, but I was so far into the process, I just said like, all right, well, let's see what happens. And so I think it's going to be removed from my credit report now, and I may not have to pay it. So it's only $900. So even if it comes back, I'll just pay the $900. But the learning experience was so valuable. So if I ever have something more substantial, like 50 grand, I've already got the experience under my belt. So that's awesome. Just for what it's worth, I made $100 net betting on the NFL this season. And I only thought of that because the Super Bowl is later today in a couple hours. And I almost forgot about it. So otherwise, I probably wouldn't even have mentioned this. Not much else to say here, so I'll just move to the end. How am I thinking? How am I feeling? What am I doing? I've been reflecting on the time lag between the energy of success in my body and the experience of success in the outer world. And okay, what do you mean by success? Because it's so vaguely defined. Success is unencumbered energy flows of all types. So no resistance, no blockages, no ego intervention trying to control the energy flow. So basically you can feel success in your body and experience it in yourself before your outer world reflects that success in terms of whatever it is, health, finances, relationships, you name it. So I've just been thinking about the time lag there because I have noticed there sometimes being a month or two of gap. It's not always a consistent amount of time, but it's very interesting, sometimes frustrating. I'm also noticing the constant tension between work and leisure, which is the basis of economization. I mean, those are basically your two choices at any given time. Like you could do something that you enjoy intrinsically, or you could do something that you don't necessarily enjoy doing, but you know it will help you in the future. And importantly, I've been noticing what others tend to choose, other people close to me. I notice how they choose work versus leisure, leisure versus work. And it's just interesting. And also I'm noticing the upper limit problem in action. So when things start to be going really well in different areas of life, it is so funny how you can subconsciously sabotage yourself so that some other part of life suffers, so you don't experience too much collective goodness at any given time. It is really so funny. And I think I've made myself sick just by having everything go so well. So it's really funny. So anyways, maybe I'm imagining things, maybe not, but it's something that I'm thinking about. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next month.